Good evening, family, and welcome to our Project 61 leadership um, and also wealth creation session. Um, you look amazing, and I love the smile, so keep it coming. Tonight we're going to continue on from what we've previously discussed about our calling. So, anyone, what is calling to you? So just chat in the chat box, or if you want to say something, what is your calling? What is calling to you? Anyone would like to say?
Yeah, I'll go. I feel that calling is um, it's linked to my purpose. It's what I feel passionate about and what I feel that God has called me to do here on earth.
Awesome. Can anyone put an add-on to it or say yep right on the spot? Auntie Ruby, let's go. Anyone would like to add on?
That sums it up very well.
Ross, you've got something to say? What is calling? What does calling mean to you?
No. I said what Rebecca just said sums it up very well, and that's the definition in the Reuben dictionary, anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Harumi, would you like to add on?
No, yeah, that is our purpose. I totally along with what call it our purpose. Yeah.
Now,
what me?
Rome, explain what you mean.
Oh, stop picking on her, Ross.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you, family, for sharing, and thank you, Auntie Ruby, for sharing. That's the most important thing is our calling and our purpose and what we're here for. And but first of all, I would like for us to just take a moment and settle in and just breathe. So we're gonna do our breathing exercises because today has been very occupied and productive. So we want to stay focused on what is our calling tonight, and also to be able to discuss on what you want to see for yourself and in your future. So, but first, we're gonna take a breathing exercise. So I want you to inhale in. If you feel free, if you want to close your eyes, you can. If not, that's fine with you. So let's take that deep breath in. What's the reason why we're taking this breath in is because life. Also gives us life, and it also gives us rest. As we were continuing on to do the acronym of rest, let's just take a breather. What do you say? So put in the chat 111 who wants to take a breather. So place your hands on your heart, because our belief is that when we place our hands on our body, that energy that we are healers. Well, for my belief is that we are healers, and we can also give healing and also receive the healing too. So take a deep breath. Let's go. So breathe in, hold it, and slowly out of your mouth. Okay, let's do that again. Take a deep breath in. Slowly take it out of your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And out. So who feels more relaxed now? Yep. Awesome. So Rossi, how did you feel when you did that?
Well, I didn't really feel any different, Em.
Try again.
All right, let's try
Hey.
again.
Am I meant to feel something different? Like,
You meant to do a deep breath, Ross. You're meant to really breathe it in and get it down into your lungs.
okay, yeah. All right, I'll do it again.
Get a shallow breath, a really deep one.
Yeah.
All right, place your hand on your heart and let's do this all together. And let's take a deep breath in, hold it for 3 seconds and out. Here we go. And out of your mouth very slowly. That's it. Let's do that 2 more times. So take a deep breath in from your nose. And out. Okay, one more time. And imagine yourself under a tree at a lake. Right? And out. All right, so anyone felt they're relaxed right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I felt, what do you call it?
Calm down.
Some sort of release, yeah. Some sort of release of stress or tension.
Yes.
It was the deep breath was the trick.
It is.
Yeah. Mm.
It's really good when you're anxious, Ross,
Okay, yeah.
to do this. Yeah. Helps calm you.
Mm.
I know because I do it a lot.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing, Margie. And thank you, Ross, for being honest.
Yes.
And thank you, family. Our discussion here is to talk about our calling. Yes, Mama Carol has said refreshed of ourself. So now our mind and our heart is aligned in what our calling is. So for those that you weren't here last week, we were talking about our calling and the acronym of REST, REST. And we started off with the letter R. So last week, our family shared the letter R. So I received respond, relaxation, refreshed. There's a new one. Was it
Renewing?
renewing? Yes.
Yep, that's Margaret renewing.
Yep. Renewing.
Recuperate.
Recuperate. Awesome.
Release, respond.
Release was one of the main ones from our sister Hiromi here. She said release. And what she did was she released healing over our calling and also to our nation and to the rest of the global, because we do need release of joy, freedom, and hope for our future. And refresh, yes. Thank you, Sister Mercy. Hello, Abigail. Welcome. It's good to see you on. And if you could have your cameras on, that would be awesome. I would like to see your pretty faces. I want to see that joy in your smiles. If you can't put your camera on, that's all good. Hello, Abigail. It's nice to see you. All right. So first, our question is, can anyone put a reminder on what was the first question that we discussed last week, so we can continue on and move into the next phrase?
You want to go?
Yeah, so last week we did a letter R. So this week probably we continue to do letter E. So what is letter E meaning for every single person? They have their own E. You can go first. What's yours? E meaning to you?
Yep. So E for me, through the acronym of REST, E means energy for me. And energy, because we have energy around us, there can also be a negative energy and a positive energy. It depends on our choice on what we want to bring to the table. So if we want to bring positive energy to the table, that will give us joy, peace, love, patience, hope, and freedom. Definitely freedom as well. Energy, if we have a negative energy, that means we're feeling down and out. We can't do our work, we can't function, or we just give off our environment won't be healthy. So it's always good to stay and have a positive energy in us, and also to in our atmosphere and around us as well, because that's where, yep, Mercy, you said explore, experience, and empower. That's awesome. Anyone else would like to share?
I think Alex has put in their excitement as well.
Awesome.
Expression from Ross.
Ross has put in expression. Anyone else would like to have a go with what E means to them?
Establish.
Mm.
Establish.
For me, I'll be going E for enjoyment today for this week. I'm just going to enjoy whatever dads bring to the table, bring into our lives each and every single day. So just enjoying it. Yeah, so as I continue last week to doing my R, so this week is an E, so I'm gonna do it for one whole week. So I'm gonna be enjoying every moment of every day that God have given to me.
Well done.
Very good. So I'm looking forward to whatever it is the Lord is establishing in my life. And with P61 as well. So I'm just open and ready to receive the words of knowledge around this, around establishing, establishment, the process of establishing. Yeah.
Awesome. I think for me, it's energize. And I just feel that with wealth creation, one of the main things is that it's good to be energized in what we're doing in every area of our lives, but in wealth creation, as we're having the wealth creation hour at the moment, that when I think of the different ways of creating wealth, that I would be energized into action.
Thank you for sharing. Hi, Sim.
Yeah, for me, I thought about P61. It's got the word empower. So I think for me, it's empower. It's to empower a lot of people. And yeah, that's all for me.
Awesome, Hyson. Well done.
Mama Carol.
Mama Carol, would you like to go? Or anyone else would like to share? Abigail, Sister Abigail, would you like to go?
I put it in the chat.
Sorry, I said this is the first time I'm attending this, so I'm not really sure of what's happening. But then if for E, like you said, for me, it's energy to empower other people, if that's what you're asking. But I'm just trying to understand what's actually happening.
Auntie Rebecca, can you establish what this session is about?
Yeah. Hi, Abigail. Nice to welcome you here. It's
Hi.
great to have you on.
Yeah.
So a lot of what we've been doing with wealth creation is been talking about our mindset change. And with the wealth creation part of it is that we do it from a point of rest, from a place of rest, not out of anxiety or stress, but we work out of a place of rest. And so I wasn't here for the whole thing last week, but I believe what we've been doing is just looking at the word rest and looking at the different words that come out of it if we use it like an acronym.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you, Auntie Ruby.
That's okay.
Yep, Mama Carol has excellent the attribute to our dear God believers as we require to live an excellent life. Yep. So that is very true. Coming from that perspective, is to acquire to live an excellent life. So awesome, excellent. Anyone else would like to share? Alex, you got something to share?
Yeah, I put up education, not like school, but different kind of education on this platform. That makes sense.
Yep, thank you. Those education is one of the seven mountains that in the system as well, like where we would be able to do our calling. Education is one of them. Mama Sandy, would you like to go if you have anything to share? Awesome. Alrighty. So the next one is let's write down our calling. What are we going to do with our calling? And what area of sphere, or like say for example education, or in the music industry, in the leadership ministry of the in the political realm, but where would you want to see yourself in your calling? Where would you see yourself? Write down maybe say two mountains. Two mountains, where would you see yourself in your calling? And how would you use that?
So what do you mean by mountains, M?
So for example, in the in our world system is education. Where would you see yourself in the education? Would you to things that we have learnt so far, and where would you see yourself in that? Let's say, for example, Ross, you would like to see the music industry change the atmosphere of the music industry, of speaking hope, joy, freedom, and also the rest. Speaking that, yeah.
Mercy just put on the chat 7 mountains of influence. So thank you,
Yeah,
Mercy.
that's right. Yeah. So the 7 mountains of influence. So where would you see yourself as an influencer? And also, what would you do with your calling? How would you do it?
Okay.
And can I just add a little bit to the mountains, M? Is that okay?
Go for it.
Yeah. So as just that maybe not everyone knows what the 7 mountains are. So with the 7 mountains, they are in the area of family, religion, education, media, entertainment, business, and government. So those are the 7 mountains of influence, and our calling usually will fall under one of those mountains of influence. So it's a matter of looking and seeing what is it that we feel called to do. What is it that we feel that we have been put on this earth to do, and which mountain would it come under? So maybe if could someone write it in the chat group? I'll call it out again. Mercy, are you able to put it in? The 7 mountains. It's family, religion, education, media, entertainment, business, and government. Did I go too fast, Mercy? There she goes. She's got it there. So in the chat group, Mercy has put the 7 areas that we call the 7 mountains of influence. Thank you, Em. So Em, are you wanting us to say which mountain of influence we feel our calling comes under?
Yes. And also, if you have your dream book, or if you have a book that shares your visions, your dreams, and your calling, write that down there too.
Okay.
Yep. And then after, say 3 minutes, we can share.
Okay.
And discuss and talk. So, because like for me, together as a family, when we stay together, we grow together, and we change and the atmosphere together. So write down individually what is your influencing where you're going. Let me put on
Which one?
5 minutes. Rossi, you can have 10.
No.
Just kidding.
Abigail, I know you've only joined this week. Was that did you understand what we're trying to do?
Yes, based on what you've explained, yes, I do understand. I'll try. I'll give
Okay,
it a
no
try.
problems. There's no right or wrong. It's us getting together and looking a little more, like workshopping a little bit more into what our calling is, and if we can identify which mountain that comes under.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.
Sorry, the mountain that was put down is 6. It's not up to 7.
Good pickup, Mom Carol. Let me see which one's missing. Business.
Yes, business probably.
Yes, business is missing.
Business.
I'll add that there. There you go. Mercy, you're very quick. Thank you.
Let's go, Mercy.
Well done.
You'll be hosting next week. Yes. So while you're writing that, the reason why I have said that is because we don't want to think that we are chasing money. So yes, our title says leadership training and wealth creation, but we do not want to go and chase after money, because we are not that type of people. We are wealth ambassadors. We are, what do you say it? Oh, there's someone coming in. Yes, so let me just wait for Rashid. Hi, Rashid, how are you? Yep, so while you're doing that, I'll give you 5 minutes to write down your calling, your influencing area, and also to be able to discuss and share what's the... Hey, Rashid, how you doing?
Good evening. I'm good.
Auntie Ruby, would you like to share in whoever has come in on what we're doing?
Yes, sure. So Rashid, what we were about to do is, in the chat group, we've put the 7 mountains of influence, the areas of influence. So being family, religion, education, media, business, entertainment, and government. And today what we're looking at is our calling, what we feel that we're called to do here on earth, and to see if we can identify which one of those mountains it may fall under. So we're taking 5 minutes, is that right, Em, to write down what our calling is, what we feel our calling is, and then to write down what mountain it might come under.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
We've got responsibilities here. What with the relaunch? Al's doing a few chores around the farm for me. Oh, you know. Well, I'm just shut that up. Do you feel threatened?
Hyson, can you kindly put on music for 3 minutes? Any soothing music? Thank you. Thank you, Hyson, for that. Okay. Hello, Emmanuel. Welcome. Would anyone like to go first? What they've written down or want to share that can be able to encourage our family as well.
Let me share.
Yep, go for it, Mom Carol.
My calling is given, and that's one of my callings. I just want to mention this one. And my area of influence is in family, business, and government.
Mm.
So in family, I just want to see, including not only my family, but the family of the world, to be a blessing to them in helping out, in giving my time, in relating to them, in solving problems like physically and financially, being a blessing to family. And in business, I want to see myself have a business in the future that will change lives, that will be as well profitable to me and my family. And even as we are learning with MedFi and other things to have investment, that's part of business for me too, because when we get something from there, that will escalate other things and help to give birth to other businesses, you know. And then in government, I love to be part of my new government. And in bringing Biafra, I want to be part of those who will see that government stand and a new nation. So I'm really fully part of that in every way around by the grace of God. So that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Carol. Put a 1-1 in the chat to say that was an amazing testimony and also a future testimony for the next generation to come, because we're here all about for the next generation and what legacy that we can leave, not just leave, but live the legacy for our next generation. Yeah. Thank you, Mama Carol. Anyone else would like to share?
I can go next. So for me, I feel that my calling is to inspire, encourage, equip, and empower women to reach their full potential and walk in their God-given destiny. So I feel that would be in the area of religion / education, where, you know, the discipleship side of things comes, and then business through my cake business and helping other ladies to start their own business as well, but also empowering them to be able to make beautiful cakes for their families and feel a sense of achievement that they can do something that sometimes they think they can't, but when they actually put their hand to it, they can, and they do an excellent job. And also in the area of family, where in empowering women to reach their full potential and walk in their destiny, then it helps in their own families, in them being able to empower their families in turn and bring unity and a oneness within their families, which is not only their married family, but just even amongst extended family. Thank you.
Can you please put a 222 in the group chat? That's an amazing future testimony, and eventually that's going to be established, like how we use the E established. Amazing. I'll just put a 222 in there. Anyone else would like to share if they are comfortable to share? If not, that's okay.
I can just do a quick one, but it's entertainment and religion. So they go together for me, because I'd like to be a singer-songwriter. And of course, not of course, but the message would be relationship versus religion. So as a son, I have a relationship with Heavenly Father, Jesus, Holy Spirit. It's not just rules and regulations. So I can put that into music, into a song, and get the message to people that are just being brought up with religion, see? So that's mine. And of course, have wealth from it.
Awesome. Can we put a 333 in there for Rossi? King Rossi. He is a musician, and honestly, Ross, you've got an amazing voice. That you know our Heavenly Father has created for you to do to share the goodness of who He is, and that is your calling. And thank you, and that is very exciting. We've got a message from Hyson. You want to read that one out, bro, or are you somewhere? It's okay. Oh, okay then.
I'll
Yep,
be back soon. I'm just going to do something.
yep. I'll come back to you, brother, and you will share that one. Anyone else? Margie? Oh, Margie, you're muted. Oh, we'll just wait for Margie to come back.
I do find it hard to pinpoint what my true calling is. But I believe it's what I do in my, it's what I do in my work life. I used to think being a nurse was my calling. I used to talk about that years ago, even as a younger nurse, and as I've become a bit more jaded, I feel over the years, I just don't feel it like I used to. But I realised that it wasn't actually the job that was the calling. It's actually what is part of the job and what you do in that, within that. And so I know that I'm an encourager, and I support and educate and encourage and provide provide information, and but that comes under in education as well. So it's I know that I get a sense of excitement when I'm doing that. Because I feel as I'm speaking into people's life. So that is something else too, I think, is part of my calling, is that this ability to speak into people's lives, not in a moment, in a short space of time. It doesn't have to necessarily be an ongoing thing. It can be just in a given space of time. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Is that a bit too airy-fairy? And so the areas that I've always been drawn to, I've been drawn to business in later time, in the last probably 5 years, and government I've been drawn to for a long time, but I've never quite known how I fit in with that. I tried to be, I did try to go for not local government, but I did actually put myself up to be a what do you call it when you offer yourself up to be elected. So I did do that one stage, but I realised that really wasn't where I was meant to be either. So, but there is something about government.
And I wonder whether government includes like governing in an area, like rather than not only in government itself, but governing over an area, like, say in the medical system, because you're a nurse, whether even like governing change, like if there are areas of change that you identify, and maybe you've been called to make positive change in those areas that can then affect a whole heap of, like, a lot in the medical area.
Yeah, that could be it. I have always had an influence in that way, Um, I've become aware of that that's what I was doing. I'd often have comments to make or things to say at meetings that people did take notice of, or wherever I worked, I always found there was an issue there or a problem there. And I'd complain about it often enough, and then something would get done. And then I'd get moved somewhere else.
Your job was done there.
Job is done there, and I never got to enjoy that situation. And I came to realize that in recent times. That's what had happened. So I guess yes, that is somewhere where I have had some influence, I guess, in a governing sort of way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I should say that government also can mean governance of the world, because we are called to govern.
Yeah.
It can be spiritually too,
Yes.
you know, because we as believers, sons, we are to govern the world.
Yeah.
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 And business certainly is, that's something I want to, it's interesting as I come into retirement from a professional sort of viewpoint. I've got it in my mind all the time about some sort of business, and I've never done business ever. So it is quite interesting, really.
There's always a first time, right?
Yeah, it's always the first time.
Thank you for sharing. I'm going to put this up. Just going to share this. Can you all see this?
Yep.
Yep. Because we've been talking about rest and also our calling in the area of influencing those areas. If you see from the top, there are dreams, imagine. And if you want to write this down, you're more welcome to, but I'll pop that up in the group chat. So one, there's dreams, it's imagine, vision, roadmap, purpose, and then we have calling. That's our ownership. Purpose is ownership. Like say, for example, I'm taking ownership tonight of our wealth creation session. And there's calling, our passion, something that we don't get paid for, but we love to do it. And seasonal is our ministry. Where would we like to give positive feedback to those that are around us that are not having joy or having hope or freedom in their lives, but in the work area? There's goals as well, and there's talents. We have talents that hasn't been bellied out of our own, like what's in our hands, what I'm trying to say, and also exercising our talents in our hands. Like say for instance, Ruby here, she loves to bake, and also she loves to help the next generation who are women to bring out their talents, to bring out their calling and their purpose and their vision and their dreams, and also to change and create an atmosphere of love, joy, hope, and freedom. So because we are focusing on passion and our calling, Ross has said that he wants to produce music. He wants to change the atmosphere of music because we've been hearing all sorts of music that doesn't relate to joy, peace, freedom, hope for our nation and also around the globe. And from his heart, because he believes in his calling and his purpose. So that's one of those calling. And how you said the influence is governmental, governing. What can you govern in what areas? So if you see that picture, I would like someone else to share how we could use the E, the word that you've created or the word that you've said tonight is with the letter E in these areas. Where could we see E? Margie,
Hmm?
you said establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you elaborate more on what you think and how you feel in this area on what's been shown? With your letter E.
Mm. I think for me, the establishing has been around the area of dreams and what I've been imagining for my life and for the areas of in my personal life, relationship, and wealth management, wealth growth in wealth. So that's where I see establishment really in the dreams that I've got. And I guess the calling, the area of calling and passions, well, that's been established, I think, for a long time. I haven't always recognized it though. So I believe the Holy Spirit just gives me these moments of I get these flashbacks to moments and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's what I was doing. That was part of my calling when I was doing that or when that happened so I haven't always recognized it. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Margie.
Yeah, I think that's it for me for now.
Nope, that's not it, but
For the moment.
but for the moment. Okay, let's see. I see familiar faces that are from MacDowell. Rashid, would you like to share, if you're comfortable to share, on what you see on this board here, and how would you use that? Rashid, are you there? Or if he's not there, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, are you there, brother?
I hope just last time I look. Did you diagnose yourself? Yes, you're doing blood tests. I didn't need to.
Anyone else would like to share on their what they've written down, or
I can share. The
Yep.
word I chose was expression, which, after looking at all these other words, is probably the end result, isn't it? Dreams, visions, purpose, calling, ministry, goals, talents, expertise, and then that's all summed up in expression at the end. What do you think?
Yep, that is totally that, and that's your truth as well. You express your music. And also from when I received that expression of music from you, I feel very blessed. Not only blessed, but I feel relaxed. I feel like everything's gonna be okay for me. That yes, there is challenges up ahead, or up ahead of us in in the future, but we're gonna be okay. So yes, and thank you, Ross, for that music. I cannot wait for you to copyright those lyrics, and establish your music and send that out to the whole world, because they really do need it. Thank you, Ross.
Thanks,
Anyone else
Danny.
to share on what their E is?
And can I just ask why, have you taken me off video, have you?
Nope, I haven't seen you.
It keeps, I'm off video, and the message comes up that the host has stopped it.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I've never seen that happen before.
Me neither. That's quite weird.
You're not doing
That's
it.
why I'm not on. That's why
Can
I
you
can't.
turn your camera on? Because I'm not be able to turn your camera on.
Yeah, when I try to turn it on, it won't let me. It's saying you can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's Hyacinth.
Oh,
Let me have a look and see if I can turn it on.
sorry about that, Maggie. Wasn't I didn't even know that you
Can you now?
Can you see?
No, can you turn on the camera?
Yeah, there we go. We see you. We see you.
It might have accidentally got turned off.
Yeah.
When we were muting. It could have done the camera as well. I can share, M.
Yep, go for it.
So I guess, when we've been talking about dreams and vision and purpose, so with the dreams, so my letter E was energize. And what I felt was that, when we dream big, and we've been talking about in the area of wealth creation that we cannot enter a $1 billion lifestyle if we don't dream it and if we're not ready for it, right? And it's like you correctly said, it's not about chasing the money, because we control money. The wealthy control money instead of chasing it. What comes to me is that, when we dream big, and then our vision is like a roadmap that helps us to accomplish that dream. And then when we realize what our purpose and calling is, I feel like the purpose and our calling energizes us into action. It just gives that energy that propels us to go out there and actually do something about what we've been dreaming big about. So for me, I think that's what the word energize would fit in well with.
Thank you for sharing. That was awesome. So energize. And that's a really big word on that, because when we continue to work, when we have a fully workload and we don't know when to have that rest in energizing. So that's very important for ourselves, and also not ourselves, but around the people that surrounds us. Energize. So, what perspective are you coming from? Are you, say for example, are you coming from a non-positive thinking, or are you coming from a positive thinking of, okay, because sometimes in our workplaces it's fully loaded, and we go, oh, we feel stressed, or we have intentions, or there's nothing going on our way. So we have to remember who we are and whose we are. That energize is for us. So thank you, Auntie Ruby. Anyone else would like to share? I'll stop there. Sharing.
Sorry, I didn't get what you asked me initially. I was just coming back and jumping into the elevator. So I totally missed it.
That's okay, bro. We're just continuing on our calling, and with the acronym of REST, and we're having the letters of E. Say Rebecca has energized, and what is your letter E, standing for you and also for others that you can encourage?
All right, to me, my E will be emancipate. Growing up as a little boy, I have this strong mentality that even though I have some doubt, because I'm not a superpower, that's why I needed people around me to be a source of energy, like Sister Ruby shared. So I like breaking free and breaking loose. I don't like being restricted in life. It doesn't really matter how much I have and how much. I'm not talking materialistically now. I'm talking about my mental strength. I'm talking about cash. I'm talking about my potentials. I don't like being restricted in life. I don't like being like caged in life. So he stood out for me because there is a lot of possibility out there. And it's just like when I came to Malaysia initially, I just woke up and I just prayed and I just saw Malaysia. I don't even know where the hell is Malaysia. So I came to this country and I spent 1 month to just walk around the country and see if it's because I came schooling. I just came to walk around and see if it's something I can deal with. So I spent a month and I got my admission and I paid my tuition fee and all that, and I went straight back home. So I went home. My people were like worried because I'm living a different state from my family. All my life I've been growing up like in a strong, tough way to be independent. I told my mom that I traveled out of the country and I had a schooling opportunity and all that because I have to sponsor myself. I have to buckle up as well. But she was like, you didn't tell me. Nobody knew. If I mean, absolutely nobody knew I traveled because I don't like bothering them and stressing them like where would the fund come from and all that. So that has been a strong word for me growing up as a little boy till this time. I feel emancipation stood out for me because it doesn't really matter what the economy is all about. We still got to survive. Doesn't matter if like during the lockdown, I don't know how we survive, but one way or the other, we have to go through life. And that makes me become strong to face the challenges ahead of me. That's my little input.
Thank you for sharing, Emmanuel. Anyone else would like to share or add on to Emmanuel's?
Exploring. They've already purchased it. It would be silly not to, but it's not part of a holistic design. It's never a good idea to buy materials unless you have a full design plan and you're going to install them very soon. Okay, let me show you the deck that Nick built.
Abigail, would you like to share just a little brief about your calling? It's all good. I'll hand it over to where's Rebecca? Rebecca? Auntie Rebecca, can you add on to that or? Yeah.
Add on to, okay, with I guess, you mean almost like a summary kind of thing, Em? Is that what you're, yeah. Okay. So I guess one of the things that we've been talking about with wealth creation is the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And we've said, so as Ruben has been taking us through the weeks, he's been talking about how the rich chase after money and are controlled by money, whereas wealthy control money. And that makes a big difference because when we control money, we're basically in control, and it doesn't matter what's happening in the economy, we're still wealthy. And worldliness is not just in the form of money, but it's also in the form of health and joy and peace and all the rest of everything that our life contains. And so one of the main things with our wealth creation has been about our mindset change, looking at wealth through the correct mindset. And we have talked about a growth mindset instead of a limited mindset, where with a growth mindset, we are always growing. We're always looking for opportunity. We're always looking to see how we can move forward. And we're not stopped by the things around us, but we're always learning. Whereas if we're limited, then we allow failure and fear, and even anything that goes wrong in the economy to stop us from growing. And so one of the great things is looking at our dreams. One of the things is dreaming big, because if we don't dream big, then we will limit ourselves. It is great to dream big, and in dreaming big, we then start to put legs towards that dream, which is in the form of a vision, having a vision for our lives, which is like a roadmap. And then that leads to our calling and our purpose, which helps us to define what we're here to do on earth. And then that helps us to work towards how we're going to do that, what platforms we're going to use, what mountains we're going to influence, just like we've been discussing here today. So it's wealth creation is about a lot more than just making money. Making money is one part of it, but it's also having the right mindset that when we make the money, we keep the money, or we steward it well, so that it's not just lost, but it is actually kept and used for the purposes that we have been placed here on earth to achieve. Over to you, Em.
Thank you. That was a great summary. I would like to open up to any questions that you guys want to answer to Rebecca or anyone. Any questions before we end the night? What time is it? Do we have what mindset? No. Yep. Yep. Any questions that you would like to give to Rebecca? Rashid, bro?
I just want to say thank you. Even though I'm sorry that I didn't contribute, it's simply just because I want to spend time to listen to people learn rather than talk, talk less, learn more. And I'm sorry if that you threw a question and I was just digesting what everybody has been saying and what the discussion is all about. I mean, I learn a lot from this session, and that's why I'm always here. But pardon me if all I do is just listen. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Rashid, for that. Yes, we do have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And it's always good to listen out. Like how my mentor always says, high relationship and low control. High relationship in listening to another person on how they think and feel, and instead of fixing everything, but we just want to listen to see what their visions are, what their goals are, what their calling is, and to support them, because we are a family that stays together, grows together, and changes the world together. So thank you for your vulnerability, Rashid. That's awesome. And thank you for being the leader on the Met DAO and leading that and taking ownership. That's awesome. And I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for hopping on and just sharing and discussing how you would see yourself and also your calling too. And further ado, Ruben and his wife is overseas. They are in Dubai to look at another project, and he won't be back until next week. So yeah, so that's my one of my mentors, and he's an encouraging man and a loving man to each and every one of us as a family. And he also has that open opportunity to go and see not only looking at wealth, but also to go and reach out to those nations that need support, need help in the business arena. So that's one of his sphere of influencing is in the business area and also in the governmental area as well. So awesome. So thank you, family. Thank you for I hope to see you all, and please do invite someone that needs this encouragement or that needs a head in life. And we have Rebecca as our mentor as well, who will go through all this. So thank you.
Thank
Emmanuel,
you
are
very
you
much.
speaking next week?
Thank you, Em. You did awesome.
Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
It was
Em.
Miguel.